Welcome, guys and girls. Thanks so much for joining us. Week number 3 here. As you can see by our budget, we now have intro music. So that's right. We kind of went full bore for you guys. And we figured, okay, we're starting to get a following. When I say following, I mean more than 3 people. So that's a good thing. Thanks so much. If you're new here to our Facebook Live, Real Food. My name is Tom, and I'm joined here by the lovely Katrina. Here you cannot see, but she's keeping an eye on things. Make sure you guys are behaving yourselves. If you have any questions as we're doing things, be sure to just type them in there. If you guys are having fun, share the video. Share it with everybody so they can watch too, because we're going to make this a party. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to be making some spaghetti sauce from scratch, and also we're going to be making some homemade meatballs sideways, okay? So don't know if you've ever seen that before, but meatballs sideways, we're calling this tonight. So we're making homemade spaghetti sauce from scratch and with some Italian sausage. Now I know everyone has their own special spaghetti sauce recipe, and I'm not trying to duplicate anything or trying to make anybody. I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. This is just the way I found it. So simple. I know there's people out there that have a million different ways of making spaghetti sauce. I'm going to show you one way that I just learned not too long ago, and if you follow the recipe, it kind of comes out good all the time. So we're going to get our pot up here, really hot, and in that we're going to put some olive oil, a little bit of olive oil, a couple tablespoons of olive oil right in there. Then we're going to dice up about a half an onion, just like this. This right here is an onion, if you cannot see that from where you're sitting sideways. Okay? We're going to dice that up. Everyone's still sideways?
We have 8 people. I'm fine.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to dice.
King Golden Benner says it's all good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Rocky Romano says vertical cooking.
Everybody's a freaking comedian now on Facebook, right? Okay, so we got our oil getting up here nice and hot. You might want to check the settings on your phone because I think we're all good here. I think it's you guys.
We're good.
I mean, we're looking at it live, and you know what? From where I'm standing, it looks really professional, so
yeah,
I apologize, okay? I don't want to say you guys don't know what you're talking about, but if it's I don't even know what to say. I'm at a loss. So, but we'll kind of keep this thing moving right along. So I have onions in here, chopped onions, olive oil. We're going to get that up nice and hot. Now, to that we're going to add some sausage. This is Italian sausage, sweet Italian sausage. You don't have to add sausage. Some people like to add sausage. Some people like to add fresh mushrooms. You can add whatever you want. But this here is a sausage, and you want to take the skin off of the sausage. Rocky, you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead, and so you want to do that and just kind of break that up in little pieces and throw that in there. And you want to cook the sausage and the onions together, just like that.
Beverly says, Bill says it looks perfect because he's laying down.
Bill's always laying down. Has Bill gotten up in the last 24 years? I mean, seriously. I don't know. I think is everyone that's seeing it sideways on iPhones? Could that be the problem?
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah. Our show, just so you know, our show is not iPhone compatible. Okay? It was in our contract. So this show is not iPhone compatible. So we're going to squeeze that sausage right in there like that. I can't believe Dave called me right in the middle of the show. Dave's like my on-call tech support guy.
King.
Huh?
King.
King what?
Oh, I thought it was Dave.
Dave Karloff
Yeah,
was calling.
King.
Yeah, King. Yeah, I'm not king tonight, I guess. I've been demoted to prince. Or maybe even lower than that. What's prince? Okay, so we're going to cook that sausage up real good. So, while that's cooking, let's get a little bit more heat. Like that. Maybe squeeze more oil. Just want to brown that sausage up really good. So, we're going to wait for that to just get going a little bit. And then, let's turn this pan up here. this is our fry pan. We're going to use this to make our meatballs in. We're going to be making fresh meatballs, but not just any kind of meatballs. These are what they call Grandpa's meatballs. Grandpa was someone that I met probably 25 years ago. He was a relative of someone I used to be married to. I know it's hard to believe. I was married before. Many, many years ago. And he had this recipe, and we call them Grandpa's meatballs, and the secret ingredient was bacon grease. He would fry the meatballs in bacon grease, which you probably think to yourself, that's disgusting. But you know, some things are just better fried in bacon grease, and I have actually a whole container here of bacon grease. I save my bacon grease every time I cook bacon, and this is what I ended up with. Sometimes we may have 2 or 3 of these just sitting around the house. Has anyone left by now, Katrina?
No, we have 11 people.
Really?
I just can't tell who they are.
Oh. So we have 11 people watching this thing sideways. I feel so bad now. So,
Rocky Romano says gravity is awesome.
Maybe this is just like a this is a joke. Everyone got together and just decided to say it was sideways, but it's really not.
Jill Sabb is watching.
Well, she watches week after week. Is it sideways for her too?
We love her. We miss her.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, we miss Jill. Okay.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so this is about cooked, the sausage. So what I do sometimes is right now I'm going to
Monty Perry is watching.
I usually use tomatoes from our garden. In fact, I have a couple of tomato plants over there that you can't see, filled with Roma tomatoes. They're not quite ready yet, so I actually went out and bought some crushed tomatoes in a can. I'm going to substitute those, but you can, if you have an overabundance of tomatoes, you can substitute those. So let's take a look at the sausage. It looks pretty well cooked here.
Louise is watching.
Who?
Louise.
Louise? Louise who? Oh, they're not watching together?
Yeah.
Are they having problems? Are Dave and Louise having problems?
On Dave Carlos, Louise is watching too.
Oh, so they're walking separately?
No.
Oh, they're together. I thought the Carlos might have been having problems or something. You know how some.
No,
Oh no.
they don't have problems.
They don't have problems.
They're awesome.
Okay. You're gonna have a problem after this, probably. Okay, so there you go. Onion sweet sausage. So now we're gonna put in 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. You can buy those in the store. Whatever brand you want to use, I don't care. There's that. Then we're gonna add. What else we got here? We got 15 ounces of tomato sauce, and all these recipes can be found on our website. There should be a link right down there at the bottom of the screen that you're watching on right now. And then we have 6 ounces of tomato paste. Okay, so there you go. 3 tomato things in here all at once.
Deborah Carey is watching.
Who?
Deborah Carey.
Deborah Carey. Who's Deborah Carey?
Deborah.
Callie?
Kathleen Carey? No?
I'm not sure. Hi! Okay, so there you go. Paste and sauce and crushed tomatoes, okay? We're going to mix that all together. So we got that going on. Almost done. So now we're going to add some our spices. Very important. Oh, and some chicken broth. We have a half a cup of chicken broth. We're going to put that in there too, just like that. Okay. So it's all coming together. Now we're not obviously going to have time to make this whole thing because it really needs to simmer for probably about 3 or 4 hours and just get all the flavors in there. But I do have some I made last week, and we're gonna use that for the final thing. So anyway, so now we want to add 5 cloves of garlic right here. Freshly squeezed garlic, or pressed. I guess it would be freshly pressed.
Deborah Cackline.
Oh, hi, Debbie Cackline. I think I went to high school with her.
Yeah.
Did I? Yeah. Okay, and these are spices here. We have brown sugar.
Thank you, Debbie.
We have oregano from the garden. We have salt, and we have fennel, and that's all going to go in here like that. All of that right in there. Beautiful, right? So you can see, it's not rocket science. Okay, anyone can do this. I mean, obviously, if I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's it. Oh, you know what else we need? We need nothing in a glass bowl. We're going to use some fresh basil. And we just actually got some basil the other day. Huh? So So we got some basil. I'm just leaving the camera here. I think I'm actually going to go home. Oh wait, I am home. So we'll get some basil right off of the plant. This was given to us by our neighbor Cindy. Okay. So we got some basil right here, fresh. And the oregano is fresh too, but there you go. That's a basil leaf, just like that. So I got like 4 of them here. I could probably put more in, but I'm not going to because that's just how I'm feeling right now. Basil is kind of a strong spice, so be careful with that. So we're gonna.
You did go to school with Debbie.
I did.
Hardline.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Back in the Easton area, high school days, right? That's right. Okay, so the spaghetti sauce is pretty much done. Oh, let's put a little salt and pepper in there too. So put a little salt, boom doom, and a little pepper. Okay, shake that in there like that. This is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with one of these, but people will come over to the house and they don't know how to operate it. We go, this is pepper, and they're like, nothing's coming out, okay? So the way this works, obviously, it's a pepper mill, but everyone knows that, but they'll go to squeeze the pepper on, they'll go like this, they'll go, nothing's coming out, okay? That's because it's going into this base here, so you have to take that off. In case you ever run into one of these in your personal lives, you don't look like an idiot not knowing how to use it. You learned it right here on Real Food and by Tom, the guy that can't get the camera in the right position. Okay, so there you go. So this is our spaghetti sauce, and let's just go ahead and we're going to let that, I'm going to turn that down so I don't forget about it. But we have, in this pot here, we have some sauce that I made about a week ago. Same stuff. This one I actually put some mushrooms in. So here's a close-up, sideways. Okay, there's a sideways close-up like that. That's the sauce. Very chunky and meaty. You can see that right there. It's got the sausage, it's got the mushrooms in it. Okay, so we're going to put that right back here, like so. Okay? So, we got the sauce done. So what else is left? Now we have to make the meatballs. Okay, we've got to make meatballs. And I'm sure we've all made meatballs. Everyone has their own style of making meatballs. And this is just Grandpa's meatballs, like I was telling you about. The secret being it's fried in bacon grease and one other thing. So here's we're going to start off with 2 pounds of hamburger, ground beef. Okay, 2 pounds. I did not grind this myself. This was store-bought. Okay, so to that we're going to put. We're going to use this other half of the onion. We're going to put the chopped onion in there. So let's go ahead and just chop the onion up. And you can put more or less onion in. If you like onion, you'll go for it. So let's throw that in there like that. Okay. Seasonings, let's put a little salt. A little pepper. What else am I for? Oh, garlic powder. Hey, Katrina, would you mind going in and getting the garlic powder?
You want me to do that?
Yeah, it's in a plastic container, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, so we have that. Okay. And then, here's one other thing. I don't know if you guys have ever done this or not, but we're going to put some, some bread in this, in the meatballs. But let's get a little garlic in here first of all. Okay. So we got the salt, the pepper, the garlic, couple eggs. Put a couple eggs in here, like that. So we have the 2 eggs in there. Now, if you have people over and you want to put on a more of a professional show, maybe either get a spoon and mix this all together, put on some gloves, you know, so people feel safe. But if you're me, just kind of go for it. Okay.
Rocky said more garlic. Garlic. That's what Suzette said. Garlic.
Okay, so I'm just kind of going in here, right here with my hands, like that. I hope you can see that. Okay, it's a mess.
I can see it.
Yeah. So we're going to mix that all up there like that.
Mushy.
Mushy. Okay, so now here's what you want to do.
Oh, yeah.
So we got our dish here, and we got some milk. Okay. Got some milk. I'm going to pour that right in the dish, like that. Follow me so far? Pretty simple, right? Anyone could do it, I think, up to this point. So I'm going to take the bread, and we're going to soak it in the milk like that. Don't get it too saturated, but just enough. And then break off the pieces and put them in the ground beef. Your mixture, your meatball mixture. I use 3 for 2 pounds of for 2 pounds of ground beef. And you don't have to like squeeze it out like a sponge, but just do that. And as you can see, I'm making quite a mess here. This is not how I normally cook. This is kind of like my internet cooking persona when I'm at home. Cooking in my kitchen, I'm very neat. I'm well organized. And that's really all you need to know about that. So before I put my hands in here, because I'm going to get messy again, I'm going to take some of our bacon grease and I'm going to throw it here in this pan that I got heated up to probably about 380 degrees. And just kind of put it in there like that. And that's really all it is. And if for some reason you don't have the bacon grease around, I mean, you can obviously substitute oil. That's fine too as a substitute. Okay, so we got that. That might be a little bit too high, so I'm going to turn that down for the time being. Okay, so let's get rid of this crap we don't need. Now, what else is left? So now we have to make the meatballs themselves. So let's give this a nice little mix up like this. I don't think I'm going to make all of these, but you guys will get the idea. Okay, so there it is. A mess. Okay, so let's go for the extreme close-up here. Cut to camera 2. Take camera 2. Okay, cool. We're on the close-up of the hamburger. Okay, camera 2, ready, and camera 1, back to the wide shot. Okay, great. So there was the close-up of the meat. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make these into little balls. I use one of these little scoops, just so I kind of know. So just kind of get yourself in a ballpark. So I'm kind of doing it like that, and you can make any size you want. Okay, big balls, little balls, medium-sized balls. You know, I don't know what you measure your balls by, but like there, I think that's probably about a medium-sized meatball. So, but you know, sometimes it's even better just to mix up different sizes. You know, just kind of mix it up. So we're doing this. I'll just wait. I know it doesn't look like much now. Okay, it's kind of a mess. I understand. So it's making the balls. Katrina, it's kind of quiet over there. What's going on? Everyone leave?
No.
No. Okay. Any questions? Anyone have any questions up to this point?
Suzette said balls.
Oh. Okay, so that's probably going to be enough to get us started here, okay? So we're going to put this off to the side. I'll make these later on tonight. So here's what we're going to do. So I just happen to have this really cool Tupperware thing. It's in 2 pieces here. So I have flour with some salt and pepper in here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the balls. I'm going to kind of like make them so they're ball-like, okay? And I'll put those in here like that. Just like that. And like I said, I have probably this is only about 1/3 of the meatballs right here. So I'm going to turn this back up.
Marlene said, is that a melon ball scoop? It's a scoop, but scoop.
Not really a melon ball scoop. They call it a, they use it like in restaurants like for sour cream and butter. I think it might be 1 ounce. I will look that up for sure and let you guys know. You could use just like a tape.
Beverly says Bill wants to know what size balls you like.
Who said that?
Beverly says Bill wants to know what size balls you like.
What size balls I like?
Yeah.
Well, it really depends on the time of day and how much I had to drink. Okay, so you know what I'm saying.
And then Marlene says he says balls too much.
Oh, I've cleaned it up quite a bit just for you guys too. Okay, so we're gonna put now watch this. So I'm gonna put the lid on here. Now I know you guys probably don't have one of these, or if you do, but now all I gotta do is I'm gonna coat these balls in flour. Okay. Bill, you know what I'm saying when I say coat the balls in flour, right? Okay. So there you go. So that's good. Grease. Let's see. Hot? The hot? I think almost ready. Oh, wow, that's got to be really hot.
Good.
I think. Okay. Okay. So the grease is splattering.
Diane says you're a genius.
And the-
Beverly says keep shaking.
Keep what? Shaking your balls?
Keep shaping to a minimum.
Yeah. So here's the close-up. Cut the camera too. Here's the close-up of the balls. You can see that they're covered very generously in flour. They almost look like those cookies you have at those rum balls at Christmas time, but they're meat.
Like
Okay.
sausage balls.
That would be kind of funny to put these out on the Christmas cookie tray, you know, just like this, and watch someone bite into one. But that's another show. Maybe we'll do that next time. Okay. So the grease is heating up. So all you have to do now is just take your balls and put them in the hot grease.
Ooh.
Make sure it is hot. This could be hotter, but let me see. What do I need? I think I need. Got my spoon. That'll work. Okay. So this should start smoking pretty good here once it gets up to temperature. So is everybody still watching it sideways, or is anyone watching it regular horizontal? If you could just let me know. Not that I can do anything about it, but I'm just kind of curious.
13 people watching.
What's that?
We have 14, but we have 13 people
Oh,
watching.
okay. So
Arlene says, I love the close-up.
oh,
That's good.
okay. Okay. So there you go. So once these are done, you're now left with spaghetti sauce, and you're left with meatballs. So a couple things you can do at this point. The most obvious is spaghetti and meatballs, okay? Which is fine. Just cook up some pasta.
Sideways.
Huh?
You keep saying sideways.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that pretty much everybody?
I don't get it, yeah.
Huh?
Jill said it, Beverly said it.
I don't even know how to check it because
Arlene said, laughing too much, you need to start over.
laughing too much, need to start over. Yeah, you don't want to see that. Okay, so they're frying up. I don't know how much of that you can see, but they are frying up. In fact, let's click this in overdrive. So what we're going to do is, like I said, we can make spaghetti and meatballs. What we're going to do, and this is a great snack because you can make a bunch of these. What we'll do is we'll make these, freeze some of them. They freeze really well. But tonight we're just going to go ahead and make a meatball sandwich, right? Which is really not really. Wow, what's the matter? Huh?
A meatball sandwich.
You know what I need? I need a paper plate or something to put this on. And then we can go home. Oh, we are home. Okay, so just get yourself your favorite kind of roll. If you're back on the East Coast, go down to the Italian bakery, which we do not have out here in California that I'm aware of. There might be one actually, but that's about it. So get your favorite piece of bread. Thank you. Big round of applause for the lovely Katrina working so hard. So if in fact if I go back and this whole thing is sideways, which I'm assuming it is since that's what everyone's saying, I'll try to edit it and make it the right way. So if you want to go back and watch this at a later date, maybe we can do that. So I'm going to flip these over. So they've been cooking for probably about 2 or 3 minutes now. And I know you can't really smell them, but I got to tell you, they're smelling pretty good. Let me pull one out of here and
Smell-o-vision.
yeah, that's good.
Smells really good.
I don't have a lid to put on here, and I don't really think I need one. So let's check out this sauce that they're making here. Just
You want a lid?
no, I think I'm okay. So now I have a lot of spaghetti sauce. I have what I made a couple weeks ago, and now I have this whole pot of stuff I made today. So we got a lot of spaghetti sauce. So obviously we'll be having pizzas and chicken parmesans and meatballs all the time. So that's all good. So let's see. Let me pull one of these bad boys out here. Not quite done yet, but the thing with putting the bread in, dipped in milk, they make them really juicy because the last thing you want is dried out balls. Okay, and this is one of them. This is not done yet. In fact, it's probably still a little rare, but about a good inch. Beverly, is this sufficient? This is a good size. And anyway, you can see it's still kind of not cooked. So we're going to put that back in the little grease bin here. Huh? Okay. So anyway, back to what we're doing. So we're going to be making a meatball sandwich. So we're not going to get too fancy schmancy. We're just going to put the meatballs in here with a little bit of spaghetti sauce. And then we got some grated mozzarella cheese we're going to throw on top. If I was in my home, I would probably maybe slap some provolone on it and then maybe throw it under the broiler. You can do whatever the hell you want at that point. But the main thing is the sauce and the balls. What, Katrina? You're laughing over there. You're having a little party over there?
Jay Carla says, it's still sideways. I'm watching on my iPad and holding between portrait and landscape view. It's horizontal, but my neck is getting sore.
So I'm assuming it was good every week up until this week. Right? Unless now they're just assigned to tell us. I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, now I don't even know about now next week.
His neck is getting sore.
Well, have Louise rub it. Okay. Okay, so these are almost done. At least there's a couple of done, so we can finish this thing up. I can go look at my computer and find out what's going on. So let's put the ones that are almost cooked on here. So we got about 4 or 5. Okay. What? You want to share, Katrina?
No. Do you want a lid?
No. I just want to go home. Okay, so we'll put all those off to the side here. Okay, so there we go. So we have enough here to actually make a sandwich. But before I do that, I want to taste one of these before I throw them all in a roll. So here we go. What? Oh, you want one? It's going to be good? Okay, so here it is. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to close the eye. It's hot. You see the onion in there? How's that? Okay, so they're done. So, the finish of this is pretty uneventful, but we'll do it anyway. What?
Beverly says, Al, Bill is following your direction and put his balls in the frying pan. Going to the ER now.
Okay, so go ahead and take, before we put the, how about we do this? We'll put a little bit of spaghetti sauce in the roll first of all. Okay? Just like that. Okay, so we're putting the spaghetti sauce in there, as you can see. Like that. And if you like a lot of sauce, load it up with sauce. You can even put cheese in the bottom, cheese on the top. I don't care. At this point, I really don't care. So let's fill it up with meatballs. Look at that. Oh, man. Wow. You know, sideways, horizontal, this is going to look good no matter what way you're looking at it. That's all I can tell you. Okay, so there you go. So there's the meatballs. Can you see that? Let's put a little bit more sauce on top of that. Like that. Oh, put the mozzarella cheese on top of that. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. How about that? Ooh, look at that. A meatball sandwich in 35 minutes. Wow, we finished early tonight. Wow, there it is. Meatball sandwich, the cheese. Like I said, I put this under the broiler and melt it. Get the bun a little crispy, but you got probably about 8 or 9 meatballs in there, some homemade spaghetti sauce. Any questions? Well, that was fun, wasn't it? This is week number 3, and you would think by then we'd have all the bugs worked out, but it seems like it's getting worse from week to week. So I don't know. We'll definitely try to figure out what's going on with the horizontal and the vertical thing, because it's looking good on our monitor here. So that's all we really have to go by. But anyway, if you liked it, check out the recipe on Real Food. They're right down there in the link. What else am I missing? Anything else, Katrina?
No. Dessert.
That might be it. Oh, dessert. Okay. We're missing dessert. So that's it. A meatball sandwich, homemade spaghetti sauce, homemade meatballs, all within 36 minutes of your life that you can no longer get back. So thanks so much for stopping by, and tell all your friends about this. We're going to probably do it again next week, hopefully, if we don't get shut down because of our bad producing style that we have. We may be onto something, though, I don't know. But thanks for letting us know. And speaking of, yeah, we're going to call it the Sideways Show. So that's it. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next Sunday at 6 o'clock. And if you have any questions, just shoot them to me. I will post this on the website as well. If there's any technical problems, I'll try to fix them before that. And anyway, thanks so much for coming, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Big round of applause for Katrina, and I'm out of here. Hit the music. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, that's great. Good night, guys.